been 2 weeks since my last check-in. When I upload it, it'll be 3 weeks. Now, that might seem like, oh, you're not training as much. No. Still training. Everything's going well on that front. I mean, obviously, recovery needs to get better. I got a deep tissue massage today. And the whole idea of them is no pain, no gain. So I was squealing, not, yeah, it was so painful, but so good. Hopefully that'll make things a little bit better for me. But time to get to the point. I feel like this is time to get to the point. This is what I'm getting excited about. Sub 3 hour marathon, right? We know about that. My bench, I'm like 11, I'll say 12 reps at 225, 8 reps at 245, 2 reps at 275. Although it hasn't happened, I know I can get it. The other day I almost did it, and I did 1 rep at 275. As I'm going to do another one, my friend goes to re-rack it. I go, no! And then I tried again, and I was got stuck. But I know I can get 2 reps at 275, which means I can get 285, which also means I'm probably a month away from 295. So this is what's going on in my mind right now. Sub 3 hour marathon, probably 3 months, 4 months away from that, probably 4 months in all honesty. 315 bench, 4 to 6 months out. So in 6 months, I could do a sub 3 hour marathon and 315 on bench. That's not, yes, there are people that do that and can do that. But I've been doing research and I didn't find many people. Now, obviously in my mind I go, I think Nick Bare could do that. I think maybe like Luke Hopkins, maybe he's got that in his wheelhouse, but there's not a lot of people. I don't know if Fonzian's doing that. Those are the main people, hence this, that I keep up with in that community. I know there's people that can do it. I'm not acting like I would be a one of one if I did that. But there's really no one out there who's publicizing that and showing that. So right now, in my mind, I'm going sub 3, 315, 3 plates, 3 hours, minus a minute, or minus 1 second. That would be the coolest thing I've ever done. And so that's kind of been something I've been obsessed with recently. So if I could get Arthur, if I could get to that, I don't even know. That would be the coolest thing ever. So that's what I'm going to be training for. Probably benching 2-3 days a week now. That'll be the goal. 2 days for sure. 3 days, I think I can do that. The next thing, I'm using books to prop up my computer, and I actually just filmed a 15-minute video, and my computer died. So that video is gone forever. So I'm having to redo this. This is take 2. I got this hat 2 days ago. It is so nice. I can't wait to run with it because I have what's called extensive damage on my nose, on my olfactory. The olfactory is getting red factory, and it's not getting better. And sunblock, sure. But yeah, I'm going to be wearing hats now. I'm not a hat guy, literally. No one's ever seen me in a hat before. This is like an unboxing video of what I look like in a hat, because it doesn't exist up until now. Except maybe I've gone on a hike before and put on a ball cap. Outside of that, no way, Jose. I'm leaning out. I don't love the lighting, but I'm starting to get vascularness here, and considering I've only worked out abs once this year, it's not bad. So I'm leaning out. I'm still like 200. That's gonna go down to 190 in the next 6 months. Because I'm still eating, 5 to 6 eggs, egg whites added to that, overnight oats, and then lunch, pound of ground beef, dinner, pound of ground beef, or a New York steak, plus overnight oats before bed. So I'm still packing it down, but it's much cleaner than, going to In-N-Out and getting 2 or 3 4x4s. Those days are behind me for now. I just want to eat clean and I feel great. I got to introduce, I introduce carbs via overnight oats. Complex carbs gives me some, I think it gives me glycogen. It better. The other thing, I was using books to hold it up, and I said, why not talk about the books that I'm about to read, because I'm almost done with Don Quixote. I got like 50 pages left. First 600 pages, I was like, I don't even know what I'm reading. I don't know what this story is amounting to. It just seems like it keeps telling me stories about, or it's just like random stories about this guy who's trying to be a knight. What is this all accumulating to? What does it lead to? Because I did no prior research to it, because a lot of books like Count of Monte Cristo, I watched the movie with Jim Caviezel first and I went, that's a pretty cool storyline. And then my friend goes, dude, don't Count of Monte Cristo's was such a good book. I went, so I read that, and it literally took me like 2 weeks, even though it was like 1,400 pages, I think. It took me like 2 weeks because it was just so good. It was such a good book. And I'm like, maybe Don Quixote's like this, but I didn't do any research. The first 500-600 pages, I was going, I don't even know what I'm reading. What's the point of this? But, I'm on page 900 something now, and the planets are aligning, and it's becoming awesome. So I'm excited about that. But I'm also excited to move on from that. Odyssey by Homer, and I might as well read the Iliad too. But this will be fun because it's only 300 pages. That'll go pretty quick. And I love the penguin cloth bound. They just look so nice on a bookshelf. I'm going to have a nice collection of these. It costs an extra, $5, but it's like, that's a book I'll have for the rest of my life. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to liquidate my book portfolio. So, it'll only get cooler. The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Hello. There's songs about this, so it must be good, right? And Robert Louis Stevenson, I didn't even realize that. I read Treasure Island, and that was a good book, so I don't see how this couldn't live up to that. And there's songs about it, so it's got to be good. Emma. I read Pride and Prejudice. I've watched the 1995 6-part period drama miniseries. Probably 20 times. That's a guilty pleasure of mine. It is so awesome. It's so awesome. The movie, Keira Knightley, she did a good job, kind of. I love Keira Knightley, but that's not my forte. It is them talking about the pianoforte in this beautiful book that I'm going to read because I love Jane Austen's. I've also read Sense and Sensibility, and I loved her style of writing, so this is going to be the next. I'll probably read those 2 books, and then I'll read Emma after that, and that'll be, it's summertime, reading Jane Austen when the sun's out. Getting, what? I call this a tan, other people call that white, but, I'll be getting white and red, and I'll be calling it tan while reading Jane Austen. Great book, great recommendation for anyone. The Man-Eaters of Kumaon, whatever. It's about a guy. It's India back in I don't even know, 1910 or something. But I think India was a English territory, so they weren't allowed to have guns. So when a tiger who's used to hunting, the things that they hunt, not gazelle, but those types of, they're like gazelles, but they're not. Not even antelope. It's maybe axis deer. something will happen where a tiger hunts a porcupine, and then it gets, because like leopards and stuff, they know to flip a porcupine upside down, but tigers, they don't do that. So they might get a quill lodged in their mouth, and because of that or something like that, it causes an infection or something, and then, or they'll, maybe get a quill in their paw, and now they can't hunt their traditional prey, and they're starving because they can't catch anything, and they wander across a dead body, a dead human, and they'll eat that, and they eat it out of necessity. It's not like they're just going to eat that when they can eat their regular prey. But then something happens where they grow a fondness for human flesh, and then they start hunting humans that are alive. And some of these tigers kill over 100 humans, and entire villages in India, people are leaving. Like, the whole town becomes a ghost town because they're not going to live where there's a tiger in their province killing old, young, little kids, young girls. It's like, imagine that. A tiger grabs your daughter's head and runs like 2 miles away from you with their head in their mouth, and it's like, that's literally like a demon, So it's like, why would you live with that? So what India would do is they would hire these guys, Jim Corbett, and he would go out and hunt them. And he talks about like little things like, if a tiger will hunt humans as if it's like traditional prey. So like, they assume humans can smell them, so they would never approach you from upwind, because then you would smell them and run. So they only approach you from downwind. So like, if the wind is coming off your back, a tiger wouldn't be behind you because they would assume you could smell them. So if the wind's going this way, no tiger behind you. You're looking in front. You're looking behind. You're looking in front of you for the tiger. Tiger Lily. But that's a great book. If you're looking for a great book, read that. Almost done with Don Quixote, but my training this month is gonna be a little hectic. I'm doing a work trip out to Michigan. Yes, and gonna go to the Windy City. It's so windy there. So I'll be, kind of out of the, it sounds like an excuse, but just wait. The day I get back, golf tournament with my friend and his family. So, there's going to be some periodic drinking during that. And then 5 days later, one of my best friends, bachelor trip. Yikes. We're just going up to Lake Tahoe, getting an Airbnb there, and gonna, I'm not gonna be like, we're not degenerates. We're not gonna be like hanging out with chicks, but we have fun, and I'm gonna probably have to. It's my duty to partake in the festivities, and I'm gonna be damaging my body, doing tumultuous amounts of damage to my oh so sweet body. So that's not great, but it comes with the territory. And then he's getting married like 5 days later, and then I got to celebrate that. So this month is going to be, in terms of like, I'll get 5% better this month, whereas the average month I'll probably get better like 15-20%. And it's kind of like similar to the gym. I'm sure it's newbie gains, but like, I remember my first run, it was like 2.5 months ago, 2 months. I was like, oh, I'm going to do a tempo run. I was running at a 7:30 pace, and the wind, little bit of wind on my face. I did like 1.5 miles and felt like I was dying. I did a half marathon 2 Sundays ago, just for fun on Easter, and I was averaging like a 7:40. I did it fasted. I just had electrolytes before. I didn't drink any water during the run. It was like 70 degrees. Sun was on me the whole time. I got cooked. But I felt great. 7:40. I wasn't tired. And I was like, this is so cool. So I'm making progress. So when I could only do 1.5 miles 2 months ago, I can now do 13 miles at a great pace for myself. Um, so I'm excited about that. I'm very excited with the progress I'm making. So I'm going to keep making that progress, keep doing that. Deep tissue massage today. I told you, I think, in this video that I was squealing like a pig. It was brutal. When a full grown man is putting his elbow into your hamstring or your quad with considerable pressure, just, ooh, yeah, you feel it. But, now I can start, it's like I think my, my glutes have relaxed. He did like this area, I forget what it's called. Dang it. But he was digging his elbow into that. Oh, and his hands. Oh, but I'm better. I'm gonna recover now, and gonna keep cold plunging, gonna keep stretching, gonna keep foam rolling, gonna keep working out, gonna get my bench up, gonna get my running better. Everything's gonna get better. My nutrition is getting, you know, how dialed can a man get? We're about to find out. But I'm excited. I'm gonna keep making progress. I keep talking because I am clearly enjoying this. But I love this hat. Can't wait to run with it. So the sun, if the sun's doing this, it's not getting through that. I don't care what kind of sun, it's not getting through a hat like this. And come on, how cool is that? Go one more. I'll go two more. 315 bench, 3 hour marathon to make the holy trinity of the that would be the coolest thumbnail ever. So I'm gonna be posting videos less frequently. I was doing weekly updates, and it's just kind of dumb because I haven't done anything yet. I'm just training, and it was just kind of like, oh, I can document what I'm doing, but it's like until I've done something remarkable, it's just like I'm the only person that's gonna be watching that stuff. So I'm not going to be making videos for nobody to watch. It's like I want to, like, maybe I'll do monthly updates. And then it's like, well, here's my marathon, here's my bench, like stuff like that, where it's like, I'm making progress. So it's like interesting to watch, not just like, nothing. So, no more nonsense. So I'll be posting videos of me, like, like maybe if I hit 295, maybe I'll have a video of that, 305 video of that, if I get to like, like something, if I do like a half marathon and I'm keeping like sub 7 minute splits or something, maybe I'll make a video then. But it's like, I'm not going to be making videos until I'm doing stuff that's like worth watching. So, less videos, less frequently, but more progress in between, which is what we call a win-win. 315, sub 3. So that's it for me. That is all she wrote. I want to keep talking, but I have nothing else to say. And if you can't tell by my mannerisms, I do have to urinate. So that's it for me. I'll take this to 20 minutes just so it's 20 minutes even. And I'm going to blow your mind by talking about stuff that no one cares about. Like vanilla beans. It's really interesting seeing what's going on with the tariffs, and Madagascar there's reports that their harvest was weak this year, and on top of tariffs, I think the prices are going to go up a lot, which will be interesting to see. And then when there's less Madagascar, every other vanilla is going to be selling for a little bit more. So it'll be interesting to see how the market shakes down. But right here, I have what's called Guatemala Cribiana vanilla beans. This is a hybrid of, I think, Planifolia and Pompona. No. Maybe T. tensis, and it's a hybrid. But look at that, tiny little guys, but they're great. great flavor, great aroma profiles. And now I'm at 20 minutes, and now I gotta pee. Here's some math for you. I had to go pee one time, or like, it's now 2x whatever I had to in the beginning of this video. So that's the end of it for me. I'm gonna start posting less frequently with bigger updates. So, gonna get the bench up, gonna get the running up, less pain in my left knee because my cadence has increased. That's awesome. I'm gonna be leaning out. If it's the last thing I do, my face will get thin, and I won't be doing this because I will be 10 pounds less in all the cool ways. So thank you for watching this. I pray that no one I know sees this, or else it's gonna be, things like this just, they get out, and then it's like, you become a joke. I'll get support, but mostly like, they'll be referencing this dumb stuff. So that's it for me. I'll post this on Sunday, even though it's Wednesday right now, or I'll post it tomorrow. I'm in the middle of getting my passport figured out because I am set to do some traveling. I'm going to be going to Dominican Republic. I'm going to be going to St. Kitts and Nevis, and there's a good chance I'll be going to Africa. And a running vlog in Africa? Hello? Go to Madagascar, Uganda, Comoros, Kenya, Uganda, Congo. I kind of said that, but with my little brother, he's a video guy, so that'd be so cool. So that's it for me. I'm gonna peace out.